mayor of the city and county of San Francisco and his family, the Mayor Ed Lee and his family, wife and children. Mayor Lee. Let me call this meeting to order. It is the occasion when the mayor of San Francisco is to take the oath of office. I believe that this is probably the first mayor who's had all the other living mayors in the city and county of San Francisco present for the swearing in. They didn't all show up for mine. But I don't take it personally. I didn't even notice it. Of course, I should identify them quickly. To my left, she'll be on later on in the program, but you start with Diane Feinstein. A man who most recently left this job and went on to become the Lieutenant Governor of the state of California, Gavin Newsom. Frank Jordan, former Mayor Frank Jordan. And my colleague from the legislative years and Mayor of San Francisco, Mark Adams. And now that the stage is set, it's time clearly for prayer. Reverend James, please come and give us the invocation.
The prayer I offer today is on behalf of the more than 800 congregations and 10 faith-based social service agencies in the city and county of San Francisco. Many of these agencies have served the people of San Francisco, especially its poorest citizens, for over 100 years. Let us pray. God, we come to you in prayer for our Mayor, Ed Lee. We thank you for his many years of service to our city. As he renews his commitment to service as our mayor, we ask that you renew his zeal for public service. Grant him good health. Give him the gifts of patience, care for all people, but above all, the gift of wisdom. Surround his administration with men and women dedicated to public service who eschew selfish gain. Fill him with your love, so that he is not afraid. For as the scripture says, perfect love casts out fear. Finally, we pray for ourselves as citizens of this city we love. Drive from us and from our elected officials all cynicism and slavish ideology. And in your mercy, grant us just and honest government.
Please welcome the color guard and the San Francisco Girls Course.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
to do that. Understand that if you had been in my position, I would have wanted you to speak. You understand where that happens, Mr. Mayor? I am, of course, delighted throughout the country. Mayor Lee had some special things that he really would have done on this occasion, and of course the girls' course was one of them, and the boys' course would be another of the special activities that he would like to see occur. His emphasis obviously is on including everybody in the city, and so from early morning today to the present time and on through other part of the day, there will be various cultural organizations and groups, all on the performance arts side, participating in this day of inauguration in our city. And at this time, we would like very much for the boys' course to appear and do one of the favorite tunes that this mayor likes, other than what MC Hammer does with Two Legit Women. This is best to America the Beautiful, the San Francisco Boys Course. represented the city. Girls' course has done the same thing. Boys' course, I happens to be my favorite because some of those young voices or scholars from the Willie Brown Institute, we sponsored them because we're looking for the next MC Hammer. I should probably, before I go on with the program that Martha has put together, I should identify something with your permission, because when you speak, you should know who's here. Listen, you want to name a pitch for high-speed rail all over the world with individual mayors representing the city. Girls, of course, have done the same thing. Boys, of course, I happen to be my favorite because some of those young voices or scholars from the Willie Brown Institute will be sponsoring them because we're looking for the next MC Hammer. Mr. Mayor, you're indeed blessed to have attracted a crowd like no other inside the City Hall, and people from the national level are here. I should probably, before I go on with the program that Martha has put together, I should identify something with your permission, because when you speak, you should know who's here. Listen, you want to name a pitch for high-speed rail? We start with Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. My colleague and seatmate from the legislature, all of my bad votes were cast by my seatmate, Congresswoman Jackie Spear. Yeah, I'll have to pay for that one much later on when I got the mic. Yeah. Mr. Mayor, there are some of your mayor colleagues who are here, and I've been told, I saw two of them last night, and of course the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, an organization that you're very much part of nationwide, the most powerful voice for local government in America, and that is the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa of Los Angeles. Mayor that I really have an affinity for and a relationship with, because I'm really looking at great things as his future unfolds. He's the mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, Kasim Reed. And mayor of Oakland, California, a former colleague of yours from the old school days when you lived in Oakland before I convinced you to move. Mayor Gene Fong. And from state offices in the state, the former District Attorney of the City and County of San Francisco and the Attorney General of the State of California, the Honorable Kamala Harris. The Insurance Commissioner for the State of California, the Honorable Dave Jones. And your state senator in the State of California, the Honorable Mark Leno. His colleague, State Senator Leland Yee. Member of the California State Assembly, Fiona Ma. And a majority of your board of supervisors are here, which is a good thing. President of the board, David Chu. The veteran of the board, Sean Nelson. And the three women that are always undyingly loyal to you and support almost everything you do. And I'm going to introduce the three of them together. Jane Kim, Leah Coleman, and Carmen Chu. Mark Farrell, Scott Wiener, member of the County Board. Eric Marr, member of the Board of Supervisors. David Campbell, member of the Board of Supervisors. And you've got some other city officials over here. You've got, of course, the man who takes all of our money, treasurer, Jose Campos. Campos would like to be there one of these days. This is nervous. I'm so focused on Campos, he owes me lunch. And of course, the public defender, the man who you look to, you got arrested and you broke. Jeff Adachi. And your city attorney, Dennis Herrera. The man who supplies most of Jeffrey's clients as he insists on arresting and prosecuting people. The Cuban, George Casson. And then, of course, there are members of your school board who's here with what Jerry Brown is doing to them. In fact, not on the budget side, they certainly will be coming to your quite often for assistance. And so they're here. President of that board actually works for you, Hydra Mendoza. Where are you? School board members, I'll get their names in a minute and introduce them as well. Then, of course, there are the remainder of the official family of San Francisco. And before I go to those official members, however, I think I should identify some of your real friends. You are identified now as the high-tech mayor in the country. Every high-tech organization is looking forward to doing something in San Francisco. And the other day when I saw the newspaper that 400,000 square feet had been acquired for 18 years by Salesforce.com, and it's just the second step in justifying your title in that role. And I think that should be appropriately acknowledged, and people like Ron Conway, who's here, is part of it. I thought, where are you, Ron Conway? Of course, your own Chinese Chamber of Commerce, intimately involved with Rose Pack, who's over there. Sending notes. All right. I suspect that. So there are other people that will be introduced, but Diane's got me on a time schedule, like she has everybody else on a time schedule. I'm already past the time, so I am about to present to you so that there can be the formal swearing in, and then I'll come back after the formal swearing in and finish up with the introductions. It's kind of important that you do that because while they did come to see you sworn in, they also came to be introduced. So with that, let me ask senior U.S. Senator, former mayor of the city and county of San Francisco, and an awesome force in the public decision-making of this nation, my candidate for re-election, Dianne Feinstein.
For me, this is a time of hope and opportunity. But I was sitting here, and some of it was bittersweet. I was thinking back to November 22nd, 1978, when I took my first oath of office as acting mayor in the mayor's office. And then 1980, when I took my first oath of office 32 years ago as duly elected on this dais. And I was thinking about those times and how sensitive this city can be and how much we need to work as a team. And there's somebody I'd like to introduce to you from those days. And she is a wonderful woman, Mrs. Gina Moscone. Now, Mr. Mayor, I would ask that you join me. And Anita, Tanya, Brianna, if you will as well. Okay. Mr. Mayor, if you would raise your right hand, please, and put your left hand on the Bible. I, Edwin Lee.
I, Edwin Lee.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend.
That I will support and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
And the Constitution of the State of California.
Against all enemies.
Against all enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
To the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
The Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties.
That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties.
Upon which I am about to enter.
Upon which I am about to enter.
During such time.
During such time.
As I hold the office of mayor for the city and county of San Francisco.
As I hold the office of the mayor of the city and county of San Francisco.
Congratulations, Mr.
Thank you. Performances from our own Fairy Symphony and the Boys and Girls Choruses. Let's give them a big hand. And to the incomparable Charlotte Myron Schultz, after whom this very staircase is dedicated. Thank you for another wonderful song. George, for your friendship and service to our city, thank you. And Senator Feinstein. Well, a year ago, I had the honor of being sworn in by your daughter, and I'm honored today that you can join us here. We all know how much you have given and still give to our city. I'll never forget our conversation last year outside the White House about what a special city San Francisco is, worthy of every sacrifice. Diane, thank you for your continued service, for your constant advice and counsel to me and to all the former mayors here today. Senator, we are looking forward to having you in Washington, looking out for us for many years to come. And to House Democratic Leader Nancy Pelosi. Thank you for all the amazing work you do for San Francisco and for our country. Whether it's leading the charge for healthcare reform or protecting funding for the treatment of HIV and AIDS, we are all going to work very hard to return Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Congress this year. We also want to return you to Majority 2 in Washington so you can keep fighting for San Francisco. Thank you for being here today. I see a few other mayors have come here today. I better do all right or I'll never hear the end of it at the next Conference of Mayors. I'm so glad my friends Antonio Villaraigosa from Los Angeles, Kasim Reed from Atlanta, and Gene Kwan from Oakland are all here with us. We have a lot of work to do together this year for our cities. Thank you very much. And to Mayor Willie Brown, to Lieutenant Governor Newsom, to Mayor Frank Jordan, to Mayor Art Agnes. It's such an honor to stand before you and take this oath of office today. Over my 23 years of public service, I have worked for every one of you. Every mayor benefits from the work and efforts of the mayors who came before, and I have learned so much from each of you, and we have all benefited from your leadership and service. Thank you all very much. And to my mother, my brothers and sisters, and my whole family who made it down from Seattle, what an incredible journey it's been. Thank you for your support, your guidance, and for being here today. And of course, Anita, Tanya, Brianna, you are my constant inspiration and strength. I simply would not be standing here without you. Thank you for putting up with me, the long hours, and well, pretending to laugh at my jokes all these years. A year ago, I stood before you and humbly accepted the honor of serving you as interim mayor. It was a historic day in so many ways, a time of transition for our city, and a proud day, certainly, for our Chinese community in San Francisco. When then Mayor Newsom, members of the board, and others asked me to step up, there could be no other answer and no greater honor than serving my city in this capacity. I stood before you then as a different kind of public official. I was somebody who had never run for office, somebody who had been in the trenches of government for many years, and before that, an activist who worked from the outside to change government, fighting for the rights of tenants and immigrants, and working to make government more fair and accessible for everyone. I came in determined to apply what I learned during all those years. I came in determined to bring a new level of civility to City Hall. And despite a few rough patches, it was an election year after all. For the most part, we worked in an atmosphere of mutual respect and civility. We actually managed to agree on a lot, and get a lot done. And when we disagreed, we worked through it, and we didn't get bogged down in acrimony. And I want to thank every member of the Board of Supervisors for your hard work and your dedication to our city this past year. Thank you very much. we even met once a month in your chambers to exchange questions and answers. And I knew some folks found those substantive, mutually respectful sessions a little boring. But that's okay. As long as we're getting things done, I don't mind being called boring. I came in determined to make San Francisco work for the people of San Francisco. Of course, I started with the benefit of a great team in place with me in the mayor's office, across our city departments, and with our city commissions. And let me stop for a moment to acknowledge the tremendous legacy of our Lieutenant Governor and former Mayor, Gavin Newsom. That allowed me to hit the ground running and build on his accomplishments. Thank you, Gavin. So together, we set out to achieve 5 goals in that first year of office. Hire a great police chief, put San Franciscans back to work with the new jobs and the new local hire program, chart a stable course for the 34th Americans Cup, balance our budget despite steep deficits, and tackle pension reform, one of the most vexing challenges every city in America has faced. And you know what? We got them all done. Well, today, 1 year later, I stand before you, even more honored, even more humbled by the responsibility you have placed in me. And whether you voted for me first, second, third, or not at all, I want to thank all the people of this city for giving me this historic opportunity to serve as your elected mayor. Thank you. 谢谢. 多谢. Salamat po. Gracias, San Francisco. As I am about what we accomplished together this last year, I'm here today to talk about the future of our city and our roadmap ahead. As some of you know, in the Chinese calendar, we're about to begin the year of the dragon. The dragon is the most powerful of all the animals in the Chinese zodiac. And therefore, the year of the dragon is a time for confronting challenges, taking risks, and embracing innovation. My fellow San Franciscans, I can think of no better time than this year, the year of the dragon, to take on the challenges we face together. Together, we will realize the unlimited promise and potential of our people. But let's not kid ourselves. These are challenging times. The news out of Sacramento and Washington every day reinforces a reality we've known for some time. Local governments will have to continue to do more with less. And as is so often the case in our history, from the gold rush to the great earthquake to the deepest recession we have seen in a generation, San Franciscans must once again look to each other to lift us up and forge a path forward. And we will find that path forward because this is a place where great thinkers and innovators from all over the world and across the country have come. Irish, Chinese, Italian, African American, Latin American, gay, lesbian, transgender people, hippies, techies, biophysicists, you name it. They've all come to San Francisco. They came from 1,000 different places, speak more than 100 different languages, and bring different perspectives. Together, we all, built a city like no other on earth and made San Francisco the innovation capital of the world. And today, more than ever, San Francisco is uniquely poised to innovate and invent the future right here, right now, by capitalizing on our greatest resource, our people. And innovation isn't just about technology. It's about a different way of thinking and approaching our problems. It is through innovative approaches to crime fighting and community involvement that San Francisco remains one of the safest big cities in America. You know, last year, violent crime was down again by 6% and remains at historic lows not seen since the 1960s. Pension reform is another prime example of what I've been talking about, the San Francisco way, the innovative way, the key to meeting our challenges of the future. Across the country, pension reform was a wedge issue. It shut down governments. It divided people. But here in San Francisco, we once again showed that we are a city that knows how. We brought everyone to the table. We put in the long hours. We had tough negotiations and produced a pension reform measure with business, government, and labor standing side by side. And we did it in a way that respected all of our hard-working city employees. Where else have you seen that across this country? And while we're on the subject of pension reform, let's take a moment to remember Warren Hellman. Warren was at the center of pension reform as he was with so many great causes. Warren, it wouldn't have happened without you. We will always remember your immeasurable contributions, and we miss you. Pension reform reminded us that we can solve problems if we just set aside small differences and focus on what we agree on, roll up our sleeves and get down to work and get it done. And that's the spirit of innovation we must embrace to meet the challenges we face today and down the road. And let me tell you where a little innovation can go a long way in your city government. In 2011, we saw the power of innovation and new technology, and most importantly, the power of people united to unleash revolutions around the world. Today, those same technologies, many of which were developed right here in the San Francisco Bay Area, are changing how we communicate, interact, and share information with each other, whether across town or around the world. And we in government must not be afraid of this innovation, this disruption even. In fact, we must embrace it. Well, a year ago when I first took office, I didn't even have a Twitter account. Today, I'm going to tweet my first infographic. There. How about that? That's a little disruption, but it shows how important I think innovation and technology are to reforming our government and building our future. You know, I believe some of the smartest people on the planet live right here in San Francisco, and they love the city too. That's why just last Friday, I joined the team at Code for America to form a new partnership and bring hack culture into city government. For the very first time, you will see hackathons at City Hall, where we will engage some of the world's most energetic minds to tackle vexing problems in government. From transit to permitting to better service delivery for our residents, we must innovate our way to solutions. We must always make sure we innovate for everyone. Whether you speak English, or Chinese, or Spanish, or all three. Whether you're young, or old, or have a disability, this is San Francisco, and true technological innovation must leave no one behind. And the need to innovate and take responsibility for our own fate is nowhere more evident than in the challenges we face with the elimination of our redevelopment agencies by the state. Let's be candid. The legacy of redevelopment in other parts of the state, and even in our own city, is far from perfect. But in recent years, we have leveraged the power of redevelopment to build more than 11,000 units of affordable housing, create a growing biotech hub, a new UC San Francisco hospital, and a new Salesforce campus at Mission Bay. We have world-class convention facilities and museums around River Buena Garden, and we are on the verge of 10,000 new housing units and acres of new parks and commercial space at the renewed Hunters Point Shipyard. To so many in the community who have worked so hard for so many years on these projects, and to our investors, you have my unwavering commitment that we will make good on our promises from Hunters Point to Mission Bay to Central Market. So on Tuesday, I will introduce legislation to the Board of Supervisors to protect these projects and the thousands of jobs they will create for our future. There, I know, I said, jobs. You're tired of hearing me talk about it. Some of you in the media have even made fun of me for it. Well, I can live with that. Because jobs and smart economic development for our city and for all of our neighborhoods are my top priority and will be every day I am your mayor. Because of that, unemployment is also on a steady decrease, while investment and job creation are on a steady increase. In my first year in office, unemployment in San Francisco went down dramatically from 9.5% when I stood before you last January to 7.8% in November. 17,000 San Franciscans went back to work last year. But while we can be proud of that, it is of little comfort to the single parent or the recent graduate or the returning veteran who still finds him or herself out of work. We must do better, and we will. We will do better by continuing to attract and retain good businesses and jobs. If we can take on the issues like pension reform, then surely we can reform our business tax structure to incentivize job creation, not discourage it. We must reform it, and now is the time to finally get it done. Small business is the backbone of our local economy and the foundation of our vibrant neighborhoods, and we can do more to help them. We will strengthen our Office of Small Business and dramatically increase our support for new small businesses with loans, a neighborhood-focused job squad, and targeted investment in our commercial corridors. And at the same time, we are recruiting those high-tech, biotech, and clean tech companies in San Francisco. We need to make sure that our young people, as well as those in the middle of their career who are out of work and looking for change, can get the skills and training they need to take the jobs these companies are creating right here at home. And we can do it by working with people like Mark Pincus and great companies like Zynga to establish innovative new job training partnerships with nonprofits, the school district, and City College. Through the diversity of our people and our geographical location on the Pacific, San Francisco is uniquely positioned to be the preeminent gateway for goods and visitors from the growing markets of Asia and Latin America and beyond. Growing our international trade and tourism generates jobs for San Franciscans at home and opportunities for local companies and businesses abroad. And with organizations like SFMA that promote local manufacturing, from bike messenger bags to artisan chocolates to ceramic tiles, a new market is being created around the world for local goods made right here in San Francisco. Clearly, I can go on and on about jobs, and I will. Jobs will remain the top priority of the Lee administration. Because if you care about homelessness like I do, you should care about jobs, our economy, and innovation. If you care about muni, like I do, you should care about jobs, our community, and innovation. And whether it's parks, healthcare, the arts, public safety, the environment, or schools, our ability to make progress is directly connected to giving every family the dignity of a paycheck and our willingness to embrace innovation. And through all of this, we're partnering with a new generation of community-oriented business people, joining long-time neighborhood and community activists to help San Francisco realize its goals. Whether it's the great new economy folks like Ron and Gail Conway, or Mark and Lynn Benioff, who are leading the new 21st century philanthropy movement, or neighborhood and community leaders like Rose Pack in Chinatown, Mary and Al Harris in the Excelsior, Eric Arguello in the Mission, or Dr. Joe Marshall in the Bayview. San Franciscans from across our city are working together to find new and exciting ways to address social problems. And they are bringing legions of committed people to the table with them. Because we all want a city where a kid from any neighborhood can grow up safely, play in his local park, and go to a good public school. We all want a city where our kids can go to college and get the education they need to get a job, whether in a lab in Mission Bay, installing solar panels on homes in Edwards Point, or opening a small business in the Outer Sunset. At its best, San Francisco is a city for everyone. We are a city for the 100%. Realize our true promise and potential when we serve the needs and aspirations of each and every one. And I'll tell you one of the ways we can do that. We need to create a permanent source of revenue to fund the production of housing in San Francisco, so that we remain a viable place to live and work for everyone at every level of the economic spectrum. Not just low-income housing, but workforce housing as well for middle-class families we need to keep in our city. And we must never let up on our efforts to fight homelessness, move people off our streets and into supportive housing. We must continue to embrace innovative approaches to helping families and individuals find a permanent home. So this week, I will direct the Mayor's Office of Housing to convene a broad working group of housing advocates, city officials, developers, and community leaders to develop a measure that we can place on the November ballot to create a permanent housing trust fund. San Francisco must remain a place where every one of us can call home. Let's roll up our sleeves, let's go to work, and let's get it all done. This isn't just government. Sometimes it's politics. And some of us will be tempted to derail the process or play for our own political advantage or even look to demonize one group or another. I'm telling you now, as your mayor, we have no time for that. We're all elected by the same boss, the people of San Francisco, and they expect us to get things done. Agree with me, but every day I will make one pledge, that every decision I make is what I think is best for the city and for all the people of San Francisco. That is my standard. San Francisco is the greatest city in the world. The greatest city. Because of our people, because we are the innovation capital of the world, I have no doubts that we will confront and overcome each of our challenges. Let us take up the call. Let us make the city work for everyone. Together, let us get it done. Thank you very much.
Mayor, that was a marvelous message. Some of the people here to share this moment with you and to say congratulations. Names have arrived, people like Lucy and others, these are the cards. I should, of course, acknowledge, first and foremost, the closest thing we have to a president, and that's Charlotte's secretary, George Jones. And Diane acknowledged in the group of mayors, I identify the ones who are here now. But this city has a legacy of all of the people who serve, who continuously participate. And Mr. Mayor, you're indeed blessed because not only is Gina Mosconi here, but Kathleen Alioka, Joe Alioka, the son of San Francisco, the son of Mayor Kevin Shelley, the Mayor John Shelley, Kevin Shelley. And then supervisorial count, John Avalos. And then the citywide elected officials count, the assessor, Phil Ting. And on the state level, former supervisor, Tom Amiano. Board of Equalization member, Betty Heaton. And of course, Mr. Mayor, I refer to the Gavin, is that yours? Your Gavin has 2 children, very young kids. Don't get out. They're already seeking headlines. Board of Education member, appropriately for the kids, Emily Morris. State Controller, John Trump. And your own controller, Ben Roosevelt. School board member, Rachel Norton. School board member, Sandra Lee Clear. And you referred earlier to selecting police chief. Of course, that's great, sir. You named it. And Gavin Newsom named the first female fire chief, Joanne Hayes White. Gavin Newsom's chief of staff, Steve Collins. And then, Mr. Mayor, all this just didn't happen. All the business of beautiful blue drapery, decking out City Hall, blue corporate carpet, the horns, plenty, heralding your arrival. That all happened because you had an inaugural committee headed by none other than Charlotte Schultz and Matthew Beddoe and Mark Horn. And they put all that together. With the inaugural committee, those of you who are members, stand up. Stand up. And then, of course, Mr. Mayor, you hosted on the Christmas holidays an event for a very important international union. And as this city obviously unfolds and your leadership, the Consular Corps of San Francisco is going to be very important. And for the 70 or more countries represented, would the Consular Corps members please rise? Now, San Francisco would frankly never be complete. I left my heart in San Francisco. Well, that's all part of what we are about. Well, there's something else that's become equally as interesting and as important in this city in terms of the relationship with the city. And that's none other than what Joe Silver has been putting together now, one way or another, in memory of and on an ongoing basis of Steve Silver, Beach Blanket Babylon. So cool it and watch Beach Blanket Babylon. Mayor Lee and his family will be happy to receive all of you in room 200 just a few minutes. Picture taking or whatever else you wish to do. There's a food court right in the back. So if you have been here since before 10 and you need some sustenance, it's there. You may tour all of City Hall. But most importantly, you should spend a little bit more time enjoying the incredible effort that has been put into performing and pleasing and entertaining you most of the day here in San Francisco at City Hall in honor of Mayor Ed Lee's inaugural ceremony and the inauguration of the 43rd mayor of the city and county of San Francisco. Can you imagine? We got 39, 40, 41, 42, 38. We planned that well. So Mr. Mayor, you and your family now may want to head to a spot where you start shaking hands and taking pictures, and leave the microphone, and I'll keep going.
There should be a witness here.
Okay, it's over. All over the world, with individual mayors representing the city. Girls, of course, have done the same thing. Boys, of course, happens to be my favorite because some of those young voices or scholars from the Willie Brown Institute. We sponsored them because we're looking for the next MC Hammer. Mr. Mayor, you're indeed blessed to have attracted a crowd like no other inside the City Hall, and people from the national level here. I should probably, before I go on with the program that Martha has put together, I should identify some of your mission. Most when you speak, you should